Everyone, this is Christian, back with another review, and for this one we are doing Copernicia gigas. Copernicia is a genus of palms that are mostly endemic to Cuba, with a few species in Brazil and other parts of South America, Dominican Republic, and Haiti. Most of the most interesting of the Copernicias do come from Cuba, however, and are highly sought after because they're rare. It's been hard to acquire seeds in the U.S. over the past 50 years or so. And this one here, whoops, sorry about that, is Copernicia gigas. I don't know if it even has a common name. A lot of these Cuban palms have a local name to them, but the common name doesn't come to mind. I don't ever really use it. I just call it gigas. And gigas stands for the fact that it is quite large, and when older, this is just a juvenile plant. This is about 10 to 12 years old, and they are hard to come by, especially pure. The problem is a lot of these Copernicias, they will hybridize. They will create a plant that looks somewhat like one species and somewhat like another, but they are not pure, and they are really not that. It's not good for collecting. It's not good for keeping the species pure in cultivation. So if we come up here, or I'll just zoom in thanks to this lovely camera, you can see that even though it has all these it grows all these massive leaves up like almost like a volcano, and it's really amazing. It has it has armed petioles, meaning there's teeth on them, and they're actually pretty tough. You don't want to run your hand across them, you will cut yourself. There's actually a second one. Let's come out here a little bit. They have very stiff leaflets. There's another one over here. It's not quite as nice, but you can kind of see more of the fan look. It kind of has this flatness about it, and then it kind of comes out like a ton of fingers out of the top. And it's a trait that is very desirable in a lot of palms, too, palm enthusiasts. So these plants grow a lot like sables do, and other palms in the Cryphoid subfamily, and they put down a real deep root. They don't like the roots disturbed much at all. They're not good for they're hard to dig up and transplant, and as a result, when you have a specimen plant, you have to actually get a specialist that knows how to properly take care of the root system during the digging process, which can take up to 6 months, or 6 to 9 months, I would say, to do it properly. So yeah, I will also review other Cuban Copernicias when I have the opportunity. They're beautiful. They are very slow growers at first, but then when they get about this size, they really start taking off. These were about half their size maybe 5 years ago, but they are so beautiful in the end that it's definitely worth the wait. And they are on the pricier side. A plant this size is probably going to run about $3,000. So if you'd like to collect one, I would recommend trying to get a smaller one and just taking on the weight if you can. If not, they're out there for the taking. So either way, these are beautiful. They just get nicer and nicer the larger that they get. And so the seeds are about the size of like a large pea, and unfortunately the seeds of all Copernicias basically look the same. There's not much variation, so you really have to label your seeds correctly here, because a lot of times different species of seeds within the same genus will have different size or color seeds, where these are really just black and round, and that's about it. And hopefully this will produce seed in the next 10 years or so. So until then, I'll just admire the beauty that it is right there. And for climate, I would say that this is a solid 9B plant. It can definitely tolerate some 20s and a light freeze. Maybe it's more like a high 9B or so, but these do grow up in Central Florida, especially in protected areas. I've seen them take mid 20s under canopy with no burn. So it really comes down to if you have some protection there, it's definitely a plus. You definitely want to protect a plant like this if you're spending that kind of money on it. So anyways, this is going to be the first one I review of the genus. I'm going to go and do a couple more, but if you have any more questions about this particular species, leave a comment down below. If you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you enjoy these videos in general, go ahead and subscribe, and there will be more coming, many coming in the near future. Thanks for watching.